If you're a developer, you know the feeling, right? You spend hours just digging through a pull request. You finally approve it, and then boom, a critical bug slips right through. It's a massive waste of time, and honestly, it's just plain frustrating. So today, we're going to talk about how to fix that for good. So just how big of a deal is this? Well, the code review process is a legendary bottleneck. I mean, studies show that a staggering 40% of developers feel slowed down by it. It's that one part of the job everyone agrees is absolutely vital, but nobody loves when it just stops everything in its tracks. So naturally, we're all looking at AI and asking, can you please fix this for us? Can it speed things up? Make our reviews, better? And the answer is a huge emphatic yes. But, and this is a really big but, it's not as simple as just dumping your code on an AI and crossing your fingers. The real magic isn't in the tool itself. It's all in how you ask. In this, right here, this is where almost everybody goes wrong. We treat these incredibly powerful language models like a basic command, just giving it a lazy prompt like, review this code. That's kind of like walking up to a world-class chef and just saying, make food. Sure, you'll get something, but it's definitely not going to be what you actually need. So what do you get back from a prompt like that? You get dangerously generic feedback. The AI will say something totally unhelpful like, looks good, or maybe add some comments. It sails right past the deep, critical bugs, which creates this false sense of security that, frankly, is even worse than having no review at all. Okay, so this is the absolute core of it. The quality of your prompt is directly tied to the quality of the AI's review. Garbage in, garbage out. Let me show you a really powerful example that takes us from one of those vague, useless requests to finding a specific, really dangerous vulnerability. This is where the light bulb goes on. Okay, check this out. The difference is just night and day. On the left, you've got your basic prompt, check for security issues. And the AI comes back and says, this code has a SQL injection vulnerability. Okay, thanks, I guess. Now what do I do? But now look at the right. The expert prompt gets a full-blown analysis that finds the exact same vulnerability, but then it gives you an actual exploit scenario showing you precisely how a hacker could use it to completely bypass login. And this just spells out how much better that is. The expert prompt didn't just spot a generic issue. No, it pinpointed a critical SQL injection. It gave you the exact string an attacker would use to log in as an admin, and this is the best part, it handed you the secure fixed code using parameterized queries. It gives you the problem, the real-world risk, and the solution, all in one go. So you're probably thinking, that's amazing, but how do I get that kind of result every single time? Well, the good news is you don't have to guess or be some kind of prompt engineering wizard. There is a simple, repeatable framework, a blueprint, that you can use for every single review you do from now on. The whole technique is called structured prompting, and it's really just a systematic way of guiding the AI. So instead of just asking a vague question, you're basically defining the rules of the game. You tell it the criteria to check for, you give it the context it needs about your project, and you tell it exactly what format you want the feedback in. Now, a super easy way to remember this is the CCF method. The first C is for criteria. That's the what. You're telling the AI, hey, for this review, I need you to act as a security expert or focus only on performance issues. The second C is for context. This is the background info. You tell it, by the way, we're using Python in this specific library. And finally, F is for format. That's the how. You tell it exactly how you want the answer back, like give it to me in a table, sorted by severity with code examples. So here's what that looks like in the real world for a security review. For criteria, you don't just say security, you say scan for the OWASP top 10, super specific. For context, you say, this is a Python app using SQL Alchemy. Now it knows the environment. And for format, you demand exploit scenarios and secure code fixes. You see what's happening? By giving it these three things, you've just transformed a general-purpose AI into your own personal, on-demand security specialist. Okay, so I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a little more work up front. But what's the actual tangible payoff here? Why should you really bother to change how you work? Well, it boils down to two game-changing things: incredible speed and dramatically better quality. And when I say speed, I am not kidding. Just look at this. A typical manual code review that would tie up a senior developer for, say, 2 or 3 hours, you can get that same review done in about 20 minutes with a great prompt. That's a 60 to 80% reduction in time. That is time your best people get back to actually build new features, not just check work. But here's the thing, speed is great, but it means nothing if the quality isn't there. And this is where it gets really exciting. AI-assisted reviews done this way consistently catch 30 to 40% more issues than a human reviewing alone. And when it comes to security, it's even more wild. They find 2 to 3 times more potential vulnerabilities. It's literally like having a tireless expert with a microscope scanning every single line of code for you. So this all brings me to one last really important question. It's not about if AI can help you anymore. We know it can. The real question is, what are you missing by not using it effectively? While you're sticking with vague prompts or tedious manual reviews, what critical, maybe even company-ending bug is hiding in your code right now, just waiting for a structured prompt to find it?